This is Waltham Forest in East London, a place with one of the longest waiting lists for council housing in the country. Thousands are desperate for a flat in blocks like these, but we've been inside and found a snapshot of Britain's housing crisis.
You got this?
Yeah.
You don't want to touch the damp?
It's cold and mouldy in this flat. The damage has been caused by a persistent leak. It's been like this for 8 years.
That is the girls' room. At the bottom is all mouldy. So the paint has come off. We have been suffering. Every week we're sick. I have a 10-year-old that's got breathing problems.
For years they've been begging the council to fix it. Life like this is all her daughters can remember.
They grow up watching this grow with them as well. Do you know how sad that is?
I can't breathe that much.
Since a baby?
Yes, since a baby.
When I see news that someone's died because they're breathing, it scares me, and I think of my kids at that point. But then I sit there and I think, but who's there to help me? I've got no one to help me. Do you want a jumper?
They feel trapped, as before moving in here they were homeless.
Where am I going to go? They want us to live in hell, that's what it is. They want us to live in misery.
This is when it's like really bad. It was like,
water just pouring
yeah.
That's how Ahmed felt too when water poured in through his ceiling on and off for a year, forcing him to turn off the electricity for weeks at a time.
Just coming out of these areas here, just completely seeping out, and it would come directly down to the switches. But the worst part is that it could go through the actual piping, so it would go on the inside without us seeing it at all. So switching it on was just a complete hazard.
An NHS worker, Andrea, who's disabled, sometimes struggles to get to her flat on the 11th floor.
The lifts is the biggest nightmare. I've had to spend a couple of nights not here because I couldn't get in there.
How often do they break down?
Too often.
Earlier this year, flammable cladding was removed from the buildings, but it hasn't yet been replaced, so they've been left with no insulation.
It's freezing, you know. So throughout Christmas, we're just, you know, literally left to freeze. The scariest winter we're going to have to go through living in these buildings.
Balcony walls have had to be removed too. Some, like Steve on the 5th floor, have been left with just a flimsy barrier.
This is the gap that leaves in between.
Are you worried about your children when they're out on the balcony?
Well, definitely, I can't let them come out here. This is a no-go.
Waltham Forest Council insists the work is being carried out safely. They are, however, unable to say when the buildings will be re-insulated. They say they respond to concerns in a timely manner and they apologise to Faz, saying they'll arrange an urgent inspection of her flat.
I feel like something bad has to happen to me and my 2 girls. Then I feel like maybe they will take this serious.
Residents feel ignored, but the severe housing shortage means they have no other options. The government has made social house building a key priority, but the experience of people here raises questions about whether existing homes are fit for purpose. Becky Johnson, Sky News, East London.